Let me tell you about a guy who redefined the word rich. No, I'm not talking about Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. I'm talking about Mansa Musa, the king of kings, the Sultan of Swag, the OG billionaire who made it rain gold everywhere he went. If you think you know what wealth is, wait until you hear about this guy. Musa didn't just hoard his riches, he spread it around so much that he broke economies. Yeah, that's right. He was that rich. Mansa Musa, the ruler of the Mali Empire in the 14th century, is often considered the richest person in history. His net worth? Experts estimate it could have been over $400 billion by today's standards. Imagine being so rich that people centuries later are still trying to wrap their heads around just how much wealth you had. And unlike some modern billionaires, Musa didn't hide in his palace, watching his bank account grow. He took his gold for a world tour and made sure everyone knew about it. But before we get to the part where he literally showers the world in gold, let's rewind a bit. Musa wasn't even supposed to be king. His predecessor, Mansa Abu Bakr, was more interested in seeing what lay across the Atlantic Ocean. Spoiler alert, he didn't make it. So, in 1312, Musa became the next Mansa, or king of Mali. He inherited an empire that controlled vast gold mines, salt mines, and trade routes. But Musa wasn't satisfied with just being a king. He wanted to be the king everyone talked about. Now, Musa was a devout Muslim, and like all good Muslims, he wanted to complete the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. But this wasn't going to be some low-key spiritual journey. He gathered an entourage of 60,000 people, along with hundreds of camels loaded with so much gold that you could probably hear the jingling for miles. Picture it, thousands of servants, soldiers, and scholars, all decked out and marching across the desert. This was the world's most extravagant road trip. And wherever Musa went, he didn't just visit, he made a statement. His stopover in Cairo, for example, was legendary. He gave away so much gold to the poor and spent so lavishly that he accidentally tanked the local economy. The price of gold plummeted, and it took about 12 years for Egypt's economy to recover. When Musa wasn't busy wrecking economies with his generosity, he was building an empire that was as rich in culture and learning as it was in gold. Upon returning to Mali from his epic Hajj, Musa decided to turn his empire into the intellectual capital of the world. He poured his wealth into building universities, libraries, and mosques. Timbuktu, a city that many today consider synonymous with the middle of nowhere, became a world-renowned center for scholarship, attracting scholars from all over the Islamic world. And while Musa's bling was impressive, it was his investment in education and culture that left a lasting impact. Timbuktu's libraries housed thousands of manuscripts on everything from science to philosophy. Some scholars even think Musa's empire may have had one of the highest literacy rates in the world at the time. Mansa Musa's reign lasted for about 25 years, but his legacy stretched far beyond his lifetime. His journey to Mecca put Mali on the map. After his famous Hajj, European mapmakers started including Mali and its immense wealth on their world maps. Before Musa, most Europeans didn't even know Mali existed. But after hearing about the guy who made gold so common that it was basically pocket change, they couldn't forget. Musa's wealth wasn't just about luxury. It was about power, influence, and the creation of an empire that thrived on trade, education, and culture. Even today, his story endures, not just as a tale of the world's richest man, but as a reminder that true wealth isn't just in gold, generosity, and ambition. What's cooler than that? So, if you want to feel a little bit like Mansa Musa, minus the economy-breaking wealth but with all the cool knowledge, go ahead and subscribe. Sure, you won't be leading a 60,000-person caravan or tanking gold markets across continents, but you will be joining a journey through history that's just as epic, with fewer camels. Plus, I promise not to wreck your bank account in the process. Hit that subscribe button, and let's make history together, figuratively speaking.